Welcome to Digital Marketing Mondays. On this show, we take you, the marketer, through all of the digital marketing news that you need to be aware of. We help inform you of what's going on within the marketing space and then give you thoughts about how you might be able to adjust your marketing strategy to keep up with the marketing world. My name is Devin Littlefield.
And I'm Hans Riemer. And today, Devin, we're going to talk about, I've got it right here, Google Ads in sanctioned countries. Google Ads showing up in sanctioned countries. What we
Oh
mean by
man.
this is there's some countries that the United States currently sanctions, presumably because of their behavior. Those countries could be Cuba, Iran, North Korea, Sudan, and Syria, and then a couple of regions as well, Crimea being one, and Sevastopol City, which are both parts of the Ukraine that are currently under control by Russia. And
Mm-hmm.
by sanctioning these places, the U.S. forbids American citizens and companies from doing business there. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because we see ads from Google, people being charged for ad clicks by Google for their ads appearing in these places. So I was wondering if you could maybe shed some light on what is going on here. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a really it's a hot button topic that Wired wrote about not too long ago, and basically it was shedding light on this idea, right? That there are sanctioned countries that the U.S. can't do business with, and what's happened is that Google has said, all right, well, we're not going to allow advertisers to specifically target or exclude ads from showing within those areas, right? They've completely made it so effectively it's like those countries and those regions don't exist inside of Google Ads, even though, as you just pointed out a minute ago, ads do show up in those locations. So it's definitely a bit of a controversy because there are a lot of advertisers in Google that are probably not even aware that ads are showing up within some of those regions, which for most advertisers, I'm going to presume are not ideal for them to be actually showing ads in. So that's kind of the reason why it seems hot button, and particularly, you know, if you're an advertiser on Google Ads, go check your location settings right now because you may or may not have ads showing there at this point, whether you knew it or not. So
So you can
that's a
check if
hard
you're
one.
an advertiser. There's a way for you to check where your ads are showing up correctly and correct, and then that's where you go,
Yes.
and then you can spot these and see if you're paying for clicks from these countries, right?
Yep, that's correct. So, yeah, it's a location setting. You can either look at all locations across your whole Google Ads account, or you can go on a campaign by campaign basis to see where they're showing. What's a benefit to it is that Google obviously tries to show you that information so you could enhance your bids for certain locations or try and bid more for ideal or target locations. Like if you know most of your business comes from California, then you can up your bids for California versus Florida, which maybe you've never gotten a lead from there before. So a quick example, but yes, you can review those, of course, all within the Google Ads platform.
All right. So if your ads or if you're designing setting up your ads to target California, let's say, and you find out that they're showing up in Iran and North Korea, can you go to Google and ask for your money back?
You absolutely can, though they're going to obviously come after you and make sure that you don't allow that to happen again. I don't think it's also something that advertisers realize you could actually go get some credit for, but they're going to point you in the direction of a location targeting setting that will make sure that that doesn't happen in the future.
So you can actually set location settings to prevent your ads from showing up in these places, even though they're not on a
Yeah.
pick list that you can choose to say I want to be excluded from these areas. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. So at the location or at the campaign setting level, there are specific locations settings that you can choose from. What makes them almost nefarious from Google's part, I might add, is that it's under advanced options within your campaign settings. So you have to kind of drill down and you have to know where to look to go see this setting.
All right.
But within there, there's a location targeting option that basically will it makes it much more clear of where viewers of your ads must be, whether they are specifically in your target region that you're targeting for your campaign, or whether they have expressed interest in your target region, and that's really what messes a lot of people up,
Okay.
because of the fact how many people are interested in the U.S. A lot of people, including those who are in Iran and North Korea and et cetera, which is why they perform the searches, right? And that's how your ads will show up. And it's what's also tricky about it too is Google does not recommend that option of only targeting by the people in your target location, which is also, I think, a bit of a nefarious tactic on their
Mm.
part. So that's why if you are an advertiser and you had ad clicks that came from those locations, definitely go get your money back and change your settings accordingly.
What you're saying is the default, by default, unless you go in there and drill in and by explicitly change those settings, your ads very well may be showing up in these places, and Google's not doing anything about it. And you're
Correct.
presumably wasting money because if you're targeting some ads, and they're showing up in North Korea, there's not a lot of North
Mm.
Koreans who are probably going to buy whatever it is you're selling. So there you go.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
they're
Well,
probably not
hopefully,
going to buy your enterprise software in from North Korea. I'm guessing.
yeah. So hopefully we've saved people some money. Be careful. Be careful. Let the buyer beware. But yeah, just going in there and saying I only want to target California is not enough. To just target your ads in California, I guess, is the rule there. You really need to drill all the way down to the very bottom of the option tree and make sure that you've turned off the places you don't want to show up in. And like I said, you can also increase your bids in places that you want. So therefore, maybe your bids are so low that they're not going to show up even in North Korea. I would guess a cost per click's pretty cheap in North Korea, but what do I know? All right.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
thanks, Tim.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
absolutely. No, it's definitely fascinating. So, thank you all for tuning in very much. We appreciate you watching, listening, or reading our content. Of course, drop us a line if you have any other thoughts or feedback or topics you may be interested in hearing about. But for more information, you can certainly visit our website, markadvantage.com, to find more great content like this.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks,
again,
everybody.
Hans. I appreciate it, and we'll see you
Thanks,
later.
Devin. Take care.
Bye.